Welcome back to Terphouse Weekly. Today is Monday, April 22nd, and I am your host, as always, James Lynch. And we got three Team Terphouse fighters competing this Saturday on the UFC Fort Lauderdale card. Of course, I'm talking about Jodie Esquibel, Jim Miller, and Greg Hardy. But first, we got to talk about King Mo, Team Terphouse member, who unfortunately came up short this past weekend at Ryzen 15. But we always like watching Mo fight. Hopefully, he heals up and gets back in the cage soon, or in the ring, depending on which promotion he fights for. But Mo's always an exciting fighter, so we wish him the best. Now, let's talk about UFC Fort Lauderdale. Jodie Esquibel was supposed to fight Jessica Penne, and this was actually a rescheduled fight because if you remember, Penne hurt her ankle, just close to fight time when they were supposed to fight a couple months ago, and now Penne is out again, so Esquibel is now fighting Angela Hill, and Angela Hill comes into this off 2 straight losses, while Esquibel will be looking for her first win in the UFC. Should be a great scrap in the strawweight division. Now, Jim Miller looks to get back on the winning track himself. He's facing Jason Gonzalez, and Miller has lost 5 of his 6 fights, but you got to look at the guys he's fought. Just killers. Listen to this death row, so to speak. Dustin Poirier, who's now the interim champ, he lost to Anthony Pettis, the former UFC lightweight champ, and his last fight he fought Charles Oliveira, which was a rematch, and Oliveira, one of the best ground specialists there. So Miller looking to get a win here, and Gonzalez has not fought in a long time. September 2017 was the last time he stepped in the cage, so good fight for both fighters in the lightweight division. And finally, we've got Greg Hardy, who just linked up with Team Terphouse recently. He's going to be fighting in the co-main event of this card in a heavyweight fight against Dmitry Smolakov, and both guys will be looking for their first wins in the UFC. If you remember, Smolakov had 2 straight losses in the UFC, won a fight outside the UFC, and now he's back. And Hardy lost his UFC debut to Alan Crowder. He'll be looking to get a win here as well. Now, check out theterphouse.com for all your CBD oil needs. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at The Terphouse, and be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/theterphouse. I'm James Lynch, and I'll see you next week.